Come up here. All right. Let's see if it works. Interesting. I'll keep it. All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Just sorting out a few things here and there. So if you are here, just if I'm quiet, I'm just trying to get things sorted here, guys. So bear with me. Let's talk about okay, 494 Reggie. Let's talk about Reggie. It seems like it is an acquisition, is it? Yeah, this is an acquisition written all over it. I don't even need to read the news, but I'm just gonna make sure. REGI is yeah, Chevron to acquire renewable. Yeah, there you go. That's acquisition. So this is not gonna provide anything really decent, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm looking at the gappers at the moment. FHN also looks like pretty similar to the same one. Is it related to it? Higher of the TD announced acquisition of the company. Yep, there you go. It's all acquisition. It's very like look at this, guys. It's pretty simple. Like FHN, the way it's gapped up from like 18 to 25 is a massive gap, right? And it's holding it very. I don't know how to explain this. When you see this kind of price action, that's pretty much acquisition written all over it. You don't even have to read like Reggie. You see, very similar, big massive gap. big massive sort of candle on the gap, and then just holds and barely does anything after that. So that's just clear sign that it's acquisition. Usually I don't trade it at all. Some people might. They just don't give us anything for what I want. I'm a bit greedy, so I need a lot of R's, a lot of rewards for my risk. So this INDU is the only one that is interesting as a gapper. Not very exciting, but still is the only one that I find. INDO is. I'm gonna keep it on the gappers. We'll talk about that in a minute if we have time. Let's have a look at the ALF. ALF is interesting. It's bouncing. Volume came in, but it's not enough. It's just I feel like it's a dead cat bounce. Unless it goes to 3, I'm not interested. So I'm gonna put an alert on that. ALF putting alert on 3 and leaving it alone. Okay, that's pretty much it. Nothing much really, guys, to be honest. Just give me a second. I'm not checking the right. Give me a sec. All right, the sound looks all right. Anybody can confirm whether you can hear me properly or not, guys, when you get the chance. Okay. Let's have a look. SPY 43774. This is what I was expecting from SPY, to be honest, the continuation to the downtrend. I was talking about it here somewhere when it started to break that 450 about a month ago. I did mention that, you know, this might just be a short-term downtrend coming into it. Once it starts to do a kind of like a V reversal, but this in actual reality was not a reversal in hindsight. It did break that 455 level and then just came back down. Obviously, this is reflective of the whole situation of Ukraine war. So it's never good for the markets. So I do expect the markets to be continuing to go down, even if it's slower pace, unless something big changes on that side. So I'm going to be watching a lot of big names like Apple and your AMDs and Teslas and stuff like that. That actually is very, very close to SPY. That trades correlated to SPY. So that's what I'm going to do. Hey, morning. What's going on? Solid, what's up? Before I do anything, can you confirm the sound is okay on the mic? Again, trying out the new one mic. I've raised the volume a little bit higher. I prefer to raise it a bit lower because it's picking up pretty much everything, I think. How you doing, man? Anyways, everything all right? Oh, okay. That's good. That's what I like to hear. Wow, 10 hour on Fridays. Wow, that's a big blow. That's a big loss. What's up, boys? How's it going? Welcome. Yeah, you guys are like very right on time, just before the market opened. Yeah, I think what happened on Friday was, I think, pretty much a very strong bias. I think that's pretty much what was the case. So, but anyways, you know what? These big losses are there to stop you from getting a bit overboard. You know. I think from when it comes to solid, you have been doing great for the last week or so. I mean, small little gains here and there, really nice consistency and everything. But every now and then, what market will do is just like take that step out of your the, the step that you're climbing. It just pulls it out, and then you just go down a bit. But then you try again and again. It's just like one step back, 2 3 steps forward. That's how it is. And this way, if you do it this way, you get a bit more stable when you do make it, because you have actually encountered all the rug pulls, I would say, from the market. You like a 2 years. Yeah, it does do that, man. Market will whip you like, doesn't matter who you are and how old you've been, how long you've been training. It does that every now and then. It's just a matter of how much you get whipped. Yeah, good. I'm glad that you're thinking about the R's this way, because yeah, 100% I agree. If you think about it like this, that's the more professional way to think, Solid, because yes, there might not be some financial losses on that, but when you are thinking about hours, 10 hours is huge. Now, some people might not find 10 hours huge because they're only risking $20. That's $200, nothing, right? It's nothing to really sort of go crying about or anything. But if you think about hours, that is big. For me, that 10 hour could be something like 3 4 days or a week, the whole week. If I have a very bad week, that could be 10 hour. And I don't remember when I had the last 10 hour day a week. It probably would have been last summer. I'm not I'm not too sure. So it's a massive deal, and you have to take it as a massive deal. So yeah, I'm glad that you're actually beating yourself to it, but just for the sake of not doing it again and learning from it, because sometimes beating yourself up is not a good thing for your progress, for the progress. But anyways, best of luck, guys. Markets are open. I'm gonna be slightly slow. I'm just gonna be catching up with you guys. Mondays I don't usually trade very aggressively anyways, so I'm gonna just keep an eye on the SPY, see what it does. I think there's a continuation coming to the SPY. Already gap down from this bounce, that cat bounce or whatever you want to call it. This might have a continuation to the high side, but now before it does that, I would have liked it to see if it does come back up to 440 gap fill. If it does, 437 438 area, this area is huge, guys. Just keep an eye on that gap fill if it does get there. Just because it's actually trending at the open another $3 doesn't mean it's going to continue to do that. I don't think it has that strength to actually take out the gap fill. I mean, go beyond gap fill. Yeah, so guys, the volume is okay. The new mic, you happy with that? How's the mic? I hope it's okay, because this mic thing has been bothering me a lot lately. Well, if Solid is okay, then I think everybody should be okay. Solid's. Oh, this Indo. But oh wow, Indo looks interesting, guys, for a long 1460s. Too early, but I think this could be one of those interesting area. 1450 is very interesting. Still early, open drive at the moment, is not going anywhere. It's price discovery right now. If it starts to fail, okay, it's failing right now. 1420 is failed. We still have 14 level here to keep an eye on here. INDO 14 level. If that holds, then it starts to take out the 1450. Then this could be a potential long. As you can see on the daily as well, it has been trying to really go for it, and it's actually getting that traction. Volumes are not as good as I would have liked. So, the way I look at it, I think it's a bit too overextended anyways. So it might be more short opportunities on this one. But having said that, it's probably going to be very expensive. So it's better if we get some long opportunities on this. If not, then we'll leave it. Awesome stuff. Let's have a look at our main thing, the SPY. SPY is not even getting this area is intraday level, our intraday level now, guys. Just be mindful that this level is going to play big part. 43330s, because it's at least for a short period, it's actually rejected from it nicely. So if it does reject from it, then that could be a high of day for a while. Right, so hope everybody has been well. This is the rejection coming into SPY, guys. So this might be a continuation. LCID. Wow, LCID strong, yeah. Lucid strong. Lucid is relatively strong. So looking at the SPY, if it does start to take out the this level here, this level, then it could be really decent. Now SPY is coming down to the VWAP and bouncing off of it. Right now, VWAP is not relevant, guys. Just remember that the first 30 minutes, ignore VWAP. Not 30 minutes, I would say 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because it really hasn't done enough of a move or enough of a price action to actually rely on the VWAP. So I do tend to leave it alone for at least like 15 minutes. What I mean by that is just VWAP not very as relevant as for later on. So it's a waiting game. Once it starts to go and start to take out the 433s, then on SPY we have 434s, clearly that level. And it seems like it wants to do that actually. So that Lucid trade, just difficult to enter at the moment. We've got lots of wicks as well. That is showing sign of weakness. I'm just gonna wait for SPY to do something crazy. Either take this out or actually start flushing down under VWAP. You see that rejection, guys? Rejection coming even before the level itself now. So let's see if it holds. Okay, it's about to attack that. SPY is breaking that. Yeah, clearly it's breaking it. Okay, so yeah, Lucid could be opportunity on this bounce here, guys. Yeah, 2720s right now might be a good one. 2720s, 27. Actually, that 27 is a better area. This right here actually is a potential, but I just don't like the way it washed off. Just don't like the way it is washing right now. No, it's actually now it's actually relative weakness is showing, but I'll still wait for this area here, this zone to actually hold. If it does, then I might consider taking longs on it, which it's holding right now, 27s. Yeah, I might take some here, guys. I'm gonna try Lucid 27 10s, 27 even better actually, 2704s, 2704s. I got some starters on 2704s. My stop will be under 2670s because it's really like a very small amount. It's broken that 27, but I still think it's a bit wicky, so I'm just gonna give it some time. I can handle that low of day stop on this. Okay, so that's SPY is also rejecting, so still I would like this to hold over here, just at least over the 2680s. If it starts to hold, the thing is, if this starts to hold below over you know, low of day, starts to take out the 27s, then I'll add to it. Because I did enter quite early, so it's an early entry positioning for me. So yeah, I'm just waiting for it to take out the 27s. Hopefully it does. If not, then I'm out. Yeah, it's just going down. Yeah, 2670s. I'm out. So this is just a quick, small little loser, but not very big, because I went out with very small share size, because I knew that it was too early. So I do tend to do that, guys, once in a while. Maybe, you know, like but you have to understand that when you do it, you don't want to be like, if let's say for example your entry is very early, right? And it's a preemptive entry. This is always preemptive entry. Um, there's no confirmation yet on this bounce, right? Once you don't, when you don't have a confirmation, you want to be going with like 20% of that positioning, like just to get a, like that bounce that comes in, v reversal or v pullback bounce that comes in, you are able to catch that. You see, it's really really weak, so this could produce some decent shorts. Anyways, so 20%, and then once it starts to confirm your theses, that's when you start adding more. Once it confirms, that's when I get to at least 50% on the longs. And then, as it starts to break certain levels, you can start adding to it. But if you are definitely going one in, one out, do not try the tester or a feeler. No, never try the tester or feeler. It's always ideal to wait for the right confirmation entry, which hasn't come over here, which didn't come. So now this one is a possible short idea on Lucid, guys, because SPYs, oh, okay, that's so quick, guys. It's too quick. It's too quick. I don't think MU is also falling because SPY is not going anywhere. So, guys, looking for shorts is more, I think, ideal for us. You see that? So, I will be looking for shorts at the moment. I'm not very strongly biased at the moment to the short side. Once SPY starts to take out this 43250 level, then I'll be more, a little bit more strongly biased to the short side. Which it seems like it wants to do. Now this, I was expecting this, guys, this little bounce to try and fill the gap. The fact that it actually hasn't really attempted to strongly fill the gap, that is weakness on the market. So that means maybe look into short opportunities now. I know it's still early, but sometimes it pays off when you're a bit early on the analysis or on the projection or whatever you want to call it. Now, if the Russian and Ukraine issue gets sorted, well, which it's not going to be that quick, obviously. Which I really hope it does get sorted. Then you will see on SPY really big moves, like for the long side. So just also keeping an eye on that. This bounce is coming in. See, this area is important. That intraday level, it needs to hold. If it does, earlier it was here, but now it's actually 434. The next level was 434, which held nicely. So Lucid looks interesting for a short, guys. Lucid right now is actually showing sign of weakness. 2670s done 26. Interesting. Just waiting on it to see if it okay, I'm gonna try this, guys. 2662s, 64s, maybe give me a better price. 64s. All right, guys, 2664s. I think I got that short here. My stop will be over the VWAP, guys. Still, I need it to be, yeah, somewhere there. So I could always keep it 2680s just over that, but I would be a bit more comfortable leaving it over 27s. But this is looking good. If it starts to take that out, SPY is also looking good. Now this is interesting, guys. SPY is taking the area that I wanted it to take out, 43250s. I hope this bounce doesn't go and take out, let's say, 43330s. It stays there and takes it out quickly, which will be great. But at the moment, SPY is actually bouncing off of this level 43250. Still chop, guys. You know, Monday chop. You know, it's not doing anything. SPY is bouncing, so exactly, yeah. That's when knowing this right now that it's a chop city, it's just it's better to be a bit safer with the positioning size. Remember, at this point, you're actually preempting the direction. That's why it's a feeler. Any trades that I take, it's pretty much going to be feeler. So when I do lose on it, it's not going to be much, which I can handle. But once you start to get the real direction, seems like this one is holding nicely here. Still a feeler. I might even add to lucid. But this needs to take this out for it to confirm. SPY needs to take out 43250 first, and then, most importantly, 432s. And if that happens, then we've got a proper trade going. Interesting. Okay, so it's taken that out on the long side. So this is showing strength. So if that's the case, then we are supposed to be careful with the lucid trade. Lucid is relatively weak though, that's the problem with it. So shorts, if they do work out, lucid is going to pay off really nicely. INDO is looking like a nice little short as well. Right here. Under 14, very nice area here. Beautiful. If you can short it, guys, there's a possibility. I might short it, but it's, you know, it's most people can't short it with think or swim. So I'll be trading it on the side. Let's look at our SPY. Still chop. Here's what I am interested on SPY. This and then that. Yep. At the moment, right now as it stands, I'm interested in that. That rejection came in from 434s. I think this is slightly stronger than earlier rejections here. Just need a bit of more volume to come in. Which also means that it's going to help lucid. Don't mind adding to it if it starts to carry on. Hey Jessica, welcome back. You're late. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so SPY is rejected strongly from that area. So we clearly can see, guys, that's the zone that we are actually looking at now. The YB zones or whatever you want to call them. Let's stick to those zones. Yeah. I can understand that totally. Hope you've been well. How's life? So SPY seems like it wants to break that 434. I'm gonna be honest with you, but it how far it goes from there, I'm not too sure. So having a look at Apple, for example, is trying to sort of again. Apple is also struggling though. We can't really say. Yeah, I'll stand by my zones, guys. I'm gonna stand by these zones. It has to break those for us to actually really start making a directional trades. Yeah, it's good. It's good. MU. You like to trade MU, don't you? Yeah, it does look interesting for a short. Yeah, actually, short was here 88.80. Right now it's a bit of a chase there. Right now it's a bit of a chase. 88.8. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful 88 entry. I wasn't watching MU, honestly. It wasn't on my watch list. It's just the daily was just in the middle of nowhere. That's why. But yeah, it looks good. Looks interesting. I'm looking at Sophie somehow. Sophie looks interesting as well. Don't know about the volatility. Yeah, Sophie looks interesting. 1080s, 1093s is the stop. Yeah, that looks kind of really decent. Sophie. There goes our Lucid, guys. There goes our Lucid. Okay, so Lucid is doing okay. So that's clearly showing you sign of weakness, which is great. We're in the right stock at the moment, and let's see if MU is actually still not too late. Yeah, MU is actually another chance is giving you on MU. It's another chance coming into MU, guys, right here for a short. Your stop is over 89 though, so 89.65. Just not very keen on the daily though on MU. There are better dailies, much better dailies, but still, yeah, it's giving you that chance here. Again, you have to look at SPY. SPY just needs to do something before we take any more trades. I think that's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm just gonna wait for SPY to yeah. This is you see what I mean. It's just not hasn't created direction yet. So anything you take at the moment on MUs and your Apples and AMDs and whatnot, they're going to be preemptive entries. So in other words, you probably don't have an edge. So if you're going to do that, go small, just like I was discussing earlier. Once the SPY starts to create a direction, then you can start to use your usual position sizing. As you can see, this is trying to break that, guys, and it's coming up with some decent force. See if it breaks it. Yeah, it's broken, guys. So MU, watch out for the longs, and even Lucid is gonna struggle for our shorts if this holds. Now, I'm not saying this is just gonna keep going. Is there some, I hope there's some good news on the conflict. There's supposed to be some talks with Russian officials. See how it goes. Hopefully it comes positive. And if that's the case, then any good news in this kind of environment is gonna, pop the SPY up. Wow, look at Nvidia, guys. It's just this seems very relatively strong, and I like the daily on it. Quite like the daily on it, guys, especially over 241.50. I really like the daily on it, but it's a very big rangy stock, so I mean, I know how to trade it, but make sure you understand that your stop is going to be around $1 on it, at least. Just gonna wait for it to break that 22 for 150 in case it breaks it. And same goes for AMD as well. AMD key, right, attacking the high of day now. This is strong level on AMD. If again, this looks interesting as well, guys. AMD's daily is also very, very good. I like that. I like that daily. It's just that the highs at the moment, yesterday's close is getting attacked. And this level is extremely important. We are at that level, whether it could actually reject from it, which it's doing at the moment, or it could actually break that and hold above it. Interesting. Looking at the SPY, it's holding. That level is holding. SPY is just you see this wick and then comes back and really chop, guys. There's not much you can do at the moment on it. Chop. I might be out of Lucid as well. I don't like the way it's come back up. I just probably break even, maybe even smaller loser on that. Lucid out. 2670. I'm out of Lucid, guys. And as soon as I come out, obviously, that's gonna go, isn't it? Yeah, somewhere there. I just want to be a little bit careful. Although this is not much for me, even though this is not the main positioning. But I see things are turning a little bit now. Tesla, AMD has broken the high, and Nvidia is attacking the high. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, that was a good exit, guys, as you can see. It did give us something, for sure, over here, guys, 2620s. That's around more than 40 cents. But I just didn't take anything. So clearly everything is holding up nicely. The reversal, usually reversal comes in about the first half an hour, which is in line with what we are seeing at the moment, especially on Monday. So this could actually start to climb back up towards the gap fill. And everything else is showing the same sort of concept here. As you can see, AMD broke really strongly at that level. That level didn't hold anything. And yeah, that's showing great strength. I'm pretty sure Ample looks like that, and even Sophie is bouncing. And Nvidia is actually, yeah, it's over that 24150. So yeah, and Lucid as well is a big bounce coming in, and this is gonna drive even SPY in itself to take the high. There you go. Take the highest 43450s. Ooh, big rejection coming in. Very choppy though, SPY, but the rest of the others are not as choppy. The market itself is quite choppy. This will be interesting to watch as a level 2 practice. This is about to, I feel like this is about to take the laws out anytime soon. Here's the thing about, sometimes getting early. A lot of people ask me that, or, sometimes even I ask myself, like, if I had, sometimes what I see is if I take something earlier than my original stop, right? Then sometimes I do see certain things moving towards the direction I took the trade after it takes me out. But in also most of the cases as well, it will do this. So my early exit would actually really work out nicely. So for me, I really don't mind it to take early exit as long as the exit has a reason behind it, not just like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna take it because it's not working out. Why is it not working out? That's the question though. And if you can answer that, then yeah. Choppy chop. My thingy is stuck, guys. TOS. Okay, it's back. It's back. Thank goodness. It's something. So Ukraine asks for ceasefire and talks with Russia. When was this news? So that's gonna drive the market if that's true. I think it's better to wait on the market to do something, unless you have something really different that's running, which is nothing to do with SPY. Wow, INDO just actually started to run. So this could be a squeeze on INDO. So yeah, just, this is starting to run, guys. It's broken already 1450s. I was mentioning that 1450 if it breaks it again, but I just couldn't take it, guys. I wasn't paying attention to this one. I just saw it on the corner of my eye. 1450 was the one that I was. If it does come back to it and takes it out, that's what I was mentioning. But I couldn't take it, guys. I really thought over here, right, was gonna take out the lows. Now, a lot of other traders might be thinking the same thing, especially the 14 levels that was holding over and over and over. It actually takes that out with strength. That's what causes the squeeze, because pretty much everybody is relying on that VWAP stop and stuff like that. This is hurting quite a lot of short sellers. Right now could be an opportunity for long, but that I don't like that 15 rejection. So very choppy, but it could produce something. I don't know, heavily shorted at 15 as well, as you can see. So yeah. Yeah, tough day, tough. For me, I haven't taken. I know today was going to be really not that easy. So I've taken only at the moment 2 trades. Sophie is looking quite interesting, guys, for a long actually. I was short biased here, but you know what? The daily is not so great on it. Today, anything I see, it's all about daily. It's just I don't like the dailies on anything that I see. Like on my watch list, guys, daily is just nah. Yeah, the AMD is a really clean one. You see this here, guys, 121.30s. I'm sure Solid knows what I'm talking about on this one here, but that's the only thing I see. Even that seems to be not having continuation. Actually, SPY seems like it wants to unwind. But we can't say that until it breaks this zone here. We can't say that. So we're still in that chop, guys. Remember, this zone didn't get broken yet. This 434 zone. It just didn't. It was just a wick. So knowing that, that's why I'm a bit careful, because I wanted to take Sophie short right there somewhere for 1080s. I held on to that. I wanted to take what else was I looking at? I was also looking at trading INDO. I didn't trade. It's nice to just hold off when you think things are not that great, especially the environment. Believe it or not, it's the trades that you don't take is what makes you sometimes. That is a big part of trading, is the trades that you actually intentionally not take according to the situation of the market or the stock. So 2 trades for me today, both of them losers, but very tiny, very tiny. Yeah, just a bit boring maybe today, but I'm still waiting for decent opportunity. Not much happening. Okay. This is quite typical of the low float stock. That's why it's very hard to trade low floats traditional way. The way you would have your stop, it's almost impossible to have, um, your typical hard stop on these stocks to make something out of it. You're always gonna get wicked out. So there's a lot of other ways to trade it, but that's just a completely different topic. This is very typical, like yeah, sweet. It looks really nice for certain strategies. I think this might. I will stand by it again. This has that look where it's gonna actually at least fill that gap, or attempt to fill it. But if they start to play games again, then they will drive it up again to get those weak hands off. Over here, a lot of weak hands got off, and that stop run was massive. And I think it got most of the shorts from here out. Interesting. If the SPY was strong, I would maybe looking into taking longs on Lucid. 27 held, as you can see, this area of ours really nicely held, but it might have been too late now. Okay. And I'm just gonna put the level of the mic down a bit. See what it does. Okay, that's good. It's not picking up that lawnmower in the background. Guys, can you hear the lawnmower, or could you hear the lawnmower in the background earlier? Right now you should be okay. I mean, you shouldn't hear it because I lowered the mic. Oh, you can't hear me. Hold on. Hold on. Let me raise it up. Okay. Let me just raise it up and see if mic gain. Hold on. Let's just max it up a little bit. Right. So, can you hear me now? I think, I don't know. I think it should be all right now. I was just playing around with the settings. Sorry. Yeah, I was just playing around with it. Okay, so now we're talking on SPY. All right, so it's breaking that the zone of ours quite clearly at the moment. It hasn't broken yet, but it's attempting to break it. So it'll be interesting if it does actually stay under that 432. And if that's the case, then we might see some action, some sort of action.
That we've been seeing pouring over the borders. Poland has received 250,000 refugees. Let's just have another listen in. The UN General Assembly's Secretary General is now speaking. Let's have a listen.
Now, Russian missiles and their bombardments have been pounding Ukrainian cities day and night. The capital, Kyiv, is encircled from all sides. In the face of the continuing attacks, Kyiv's 3 million residents are being forced to seek safety in their homes, improvised bomb shelters, and the city's subways. The Ukrainian government has distributed a meaningful number of arms to the population with the stated objective to participate in the defense of the country. According to UNHCR, 500,000 Ukrainians have fled across the country's borders. Although Russian strikes are reportedly largely targeting Ukrainian military facilities, we have credible accounts of residential buildings, critical civilian infrastructure, and other non-military targets sustaining heavy damage. This escalating violence which is resulting in civilian deaths, including children, is totally unacceptable. Enough is enough. Soldiers need to move back to their barracks, and leaders need to move to peace. Civilians must be protected. International humanitarian and human rights law must be upheld. The sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity of Ukraine within its internationally recognized borders must be respected, in line with General Assembly resolutions. Mr. President, we are facing a tragedy for Ukraine, but also a major regional crisis with potentially disastrous implications for us all. Yesterday, Russian nuclear forces were put on high alert. This is a chilling development. The mere idea of a nuclear conflict is simply inconceivable. Nothing can justify the use of nuclear weapons. Mr. President, we face what could easily become Europe's worst humanitarian and refugee crisis in decades, with the numbers of refugees and internally displaced multiplying by the minute. I am grateful for the compassion, generosity and solidarity of Ukraine's neighbors who are taking in those seeking safety. It is important that this solidarity is extended without any discrimination based on race, religion or ethnicity. The neighboring countries will need all our support in the days and weeks to come. The United Nations will continue to assist with these efforts. Mr. President, on Saturday, I spoke with President Zelensky and assured him that the United Nations would not abandon the Ukrainian people and conveyed our determination to enhance humanitarian assistance. Even before the events of the past week, the UN was providing some 3 million people on both sides of the contact line with humanitarian assistance. The United Nations is now working 24/7 to access humanitarian needs and scale up the delivery of life-saving support to many more people desperate for protection and shelter, particularly women and children, elderly people, and those with disabilities. We are fully committed to staying and delivering for everyone affected by this deadly conflict across the country. Some of our personnel are expanding existing programs, and others are preparing new operations to get help to those who need it fast. I want to highlight 3 concrete actions. First, I've allocated $20 million from the Central Emergency Response Fund to support emergency operations along the contact line in the eastern oblasts of Donetsk and Luhansk and in other parts of the country. These will allow us to help more vulnerable people get the basics, shelter, food, water and health care as soon as possible. Second, I have appointed Amin Awad as the UN Crisis Coordinator for Ukraine. He will liaise with the government and with all relevant actors on the ground, supported by the resident humanitarian coordinator and the UN country team. At the same time, we are bringing together partners in and outside the country and surging personnel into the country. Third, tomorrow we will launch 2 coordinated emergency appeals for Ukraine and the region. One that addresses escalating humanitarian needs inside the country, including rising internal displacement, and another that responds to the needs of people crossing international borders to seek refuge in countries neighboring Ukraine. As we ramp up our efforts, it is essential that the safety and security of UN and associated personnel in Ukraine are protected in accordance with international law, and that humanitarian access to vulnerable people and communities is guaranteed. I call on all sides to uphold their obligations to allow freedom of movement of humanitarian personnel and to facilitate safe, rapid and unimpeded passage of humanitarian relief. I also urge the international community to mobilize in support of our funding appeals to address the needs of all those displaced by this crisis, as well as other vulnerable groups whose numbers will only grow as the fighting escalates. Mr. President, humanitarian aid is vital, but it is not a solution. It is simply treating the worst impacts of the conflict. The only true solution is peace. The attack on Ukraine challenges international law and the multilateral system rooted in the UN Charter. Some of the possible consequences of a worsening conflict are terrifying to contemplate. Regional tensions are rising. The latest security measures underline the high stakes for all. The economic repercussions of the crisis will have widespread impact, and I count on every member state to live up to the principles of the... Mr. President, the guns are talking now, but the...
It's an interesting area here on the rejection of 433, the SPY. I feel like, I mean, it's still early. It might be making its way down to attack the 432s. It is still very, very choppy. That's why I'm waiting and waiting. So, you know, sometimes it's actually a good idea to be able to wait and not do anything. Because yes, you might have a winner here and there, but you will also have more losers than usual if, you know, the environment is not right. So at the moment, you know how I trade, guys. For me, environment at the moment is the worst case scenario. Like, just there is nothing. I feed off of momentum. I feed off of really big moves and really volatile price actions. You know, I don't see that, guys. So that's why you will find me a bit quiet on the stream when it comes to trading. So just, you know, that's why, you know, it's like it's better to practice your waiting game. You know, sitting on your hands. You know, as much as you would like to trade, yes. You know, these are, for example, at the moment, Neo. Neo seems interesting. About over 22s looks very interesting. Daily is dead cap on. Not a great daily, to be honest, but intraday is just taking out that nice level. You want to trade that. Things like that really itches you to trade, but you know, it's better to have control over quantity of the trades, to be honest. So today, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to hold off, guys. There's a lot of ways. Like, for example, AMD. You know, I want to trade this, but I just left it alone. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, for example, Lucid as well, yeah. Earlier I... this right here, this was the area for long solid. You know, this was a clear area. We talked about this zone here, that level being strong, it breaks it, and then, you know, the rest is history. So that was the area where, you know, the entry was. There was a slight bit of a entry here, 2750 break, on the actually confirmation of the 2750 break. Yeah, there was an entry there, but your stop would have been tight in that case. So yeah, a few of those worked out really nicely, the one that we were looking at, but on the other hand, there would have been a lot of others that wouldn't have worked out as well. So I don't mind really sort of, you know, just missing quite a few in these kind of environments. I'm okay with that. Nvidia is also one of those that I found that it was relatively strong, Nvidia, and it looks quite strong at the moment. Right now it looks really good. Daily looks good as well. Not the greatest of the dailies, but yeah. What a chop fest, huh? Crazy. Oh, very nice. It's looking good for you. If you did, NVDA was a very similar idea as well. Pretty much very similar idea on AMD and NVDA. Yeah. So no, I didn't take that around 121 break level. Yeah, but it looks good as it's breaking that 122.50s. Really nice trade. Beautiful. Since this, you know, this one and Nvidia and a few others were actually showing relative strength. So even if SPY wasn't really doing much, as long as it wasn't really going down or washing big time, then you could take these, you know, like if you have long setups, definitely, because not always, you know, sticking to SPY is not a good idea always, especially when it's quiet like that. Yeah, this area was quite clear, you know, this price action right there, you know, you can't ignore that, especially on a certain level. Now, these kind of price actions might happen everywhere, but if it does happen around the level, that's where you want to be paying attention to. And um, SPY is SPY is looking strong right now, and it's attacking the zone again. Let's see if it has that strength to take that out. And if it does, then I will stick with AMD for a while. You know, just hold on to it. It's quite a lot of room actually, you know, on AMD. Quite a lot of room. So we've got 160. Yeah, around 124, 125s. Yeah. Better trade was definitely Lucid. Better trade definitely was Lucid, I think, in my opinion, because this level here was kind of strong that it held nicely. It wasn't not the greatest, cleanest of them all, but yeah, I was definitely watching this for a possible longs over 27s. Didn't take it. Ooh, this thing has been running. Strange. IMPP went from 50 cents to all the way to threes today, close to threes. Is this being pumped or what? What was the deal with this? Interesting. Quite a lot of volume as well. Very. It doesn't look like it's a small cap. Interesting. IMPP looks interesting, but then again, I think there's a down play coming in quite soon in this one. Look at NAT. Nordic American Tanker Shipping. I have no idea what they do. Tanker shipping. Okay. This is again 1, 2, 3 days of quite strong days, and it still continues to go. Yeah. This one looks to me like a nice decent short here. 230s, but this is something that I don't like to trade, but there's sometimes there could be good opportunities on these low price stocks. We're talking 230s, although you can put in some position there, but then again it's going to cost you a lot to short it. INU is still at that 14 level and it's starting to perk up a little bit again. So if it does actually start to, run a bit again, it's gonna try to do that, trying to spike people out. And if it holds, that's going to be even worse for short sellers. So that 15 level is to watch if it starts to run towards that. And solid is looking good for you, AMD and Lucid. For AMD, that held really nicely, broke on that, very strong, stable, and also SPY is helping you, which is great. Just remember that on SPY, there's quite a ways to go though. We've got 435.50s. Right now 435 is a level as well. 435.50 is a level. And then, we've got your gap fill, 437s. Oh, you didn't take it, Lucid. That's fine. I think, yeah, AMD was also quite clear. It was a good trade. Yeah, that area I would have, on AMD 123, I would have taken most of it out. Most of it out over there. And even if I had entered here, 122.60s, yeah, that was a decent entry actually. I would put my stop a bit tight and then just let it work out. Do expect a bit of a pullback coming in, so this stop might get taken out from the rejection of 123. So that 123 level is quite important. Hopefully you took some out on the second trade as well. Yeah, you do. I was expecting, but then again, it's quite strong though. Have a look at SPY. It's taken the main levels for intraday. It struggled earlier, but it's now, like really showing some really decent strength. Now 435.50s, this is the area that I believe that it might stall a little bit, but if that breaks without any problem, then you've got quite a bit of room to go on SPY. Hence, AMD is going to start to run. You see what I mean? Like, AMD is like the next level we're looking at is 123.50 on AMD. Even then, AMD, to be honest, on AMD, I don't see much of a great level, even on 123.50. So if SPY starts to run, the only thing I see is 125, strangely. Yeah. So what you can do is, if you haven't gotten in a lot on this, if you can survive the pullback, then this could potentially run. But on the other hand as well, SPY being SPY and the environment at the moment you are in, try to not expect too much as well. Yep. Yeah, that's why I thought, it's quite clear at that level there. So hopefully it gets there, to be honest. Yeah, hopefully it gets there, because for AMD to reach that level, it's not something that's out of ordinary. It could easily do that, especially when the SPY is showing strength like that. You see the volume coming in. rising up. This is more stable. It's already, look, it's already decided the direction for now, at least, right? Yeah, man, that's it. No weekends. We don't tolerate that here, for sure. Yeah, it's fine. I couldn't catch any as well. Don't worry, Jessica. I couldn't catch any AMD, NV. I was watching NVDA. Definitely was when mentioning about two for 150, something like that. Yeah, that basically the high of day at that point. And yeah, AMD Lucid as well is the one that I feel like I missed. Yeah, looking decent, guys, for AMD, and I'll hold it. I'll definitely hold it. 436 is getting hit on the SPY. SPY's gap fill is 437.50s. Yeah, sure. I know, I know. Scared money makes Jack. I still think there might be some decent opportunities on later on. Earlier on, there was not much, to be honest, apart from AMD's, NVDA's, and Lucid's. But I think I'm still expecting the SPY to be giving a bigger correction. I don't know whether it's gonna do that now or a bit later on. Usually, it does that after lunch. Yeah, that. Having said that, though, it's all dependent on the news again. if there is a talk in play here between Ukraine and Russia, and if it goes ahead and there's a ceasefire, then there's no point in markets to be down this much from its 480 highs. You see what I mean? You have to remember that the market, people or investors valued the market to be, the price that it was. That was the value of the market, 480s. And the most of the main reason the market started to create a downtrend was because of this whole conflict. Now, if that conflict somehow, even like for a bit eases off a little bit, especially something like a ceasefire, then don't expect SPY to have that continuation to the downside. Now, having said that, on the other hand, if that escalates, then you will see SPY and every other market starting to continue with that negative news, to the downside. Yeah, we are at that point. That's why I'm a bit careful on my trades as well. Because remember, there will always be good opportunities. You just have to make sure that you're in the right place at the right time, which means you have to have an edge if you're going to do something. In between, when it's 50-50, it's still 50-50. Sophie looks like a nice little short. Sophie. Yeah, credit spread is not gonna help much, but something like it's complicated strategies. Don't even go into that too much. Something like calendars might help, but you have to understand, like, you have to be trading those things very, very regularly and constantly to be able to, like, even use that. I feel like this Sophie. Yeah, Sophie is interesting for a possible short for me. What do you think about Sophie? Solid. Start to ask questions. Questions everything. Nice, nice. I like that. Nice one. See what I mean? There you go. You're sounding more like a bit of a experienced trader. I like that. You have to look at things from every perspective, right? Small little things like, pullback with a low volume. Having the feel of the market being strong. These are such small little filters that's gonna let you be safe, a little bit more safer. No, you might be, maybe you're beating yourself to it, Solid, but at this point where you are in trading, I think you're ahead of a lot of people. You surely are ahead of me when I was at your level. What I mean at you, not at your level, at the time span of trading that you've been doing this. Definitely. Now on SPY, guys, 436 is a level that it needs to break. And then AMD held really nicely as well. I hope you're holding on to that. Yeah, now you have a clear stop level here. Very clear. Beautiful position to be in. You know, just under 122.50s. I would not really put it very tight though. I would put it a little bit like 122.40, something like that. But you wanna, like, SPY is just coming off of that 436 now. That rejection is coming in. See if this rejection actually takes us anywhere. Now we have on SPY, we have a really tiny little, how do you say that, like in between those support and resistance zones. 435 quite clearly held really nicely, and also 430. That $1 zone is a crucial level at the moment. But it looks strong. There might be some. This pullback came in. That's quite healthy on SPY. But if that 436 holds, you know, the more actually, you know, when the more it attacks that, the more chance of it taking that out. It seems like at the moment it wants to take it out. By the way, guys, how delayed is the stream? Can anybody confirm? What is the, like, in seconds, like 2, 3, 5? Actually, let me just do it this way. Ooh, 5 seconds, quite a bit. Uh, 3 seconds is not that bad, but 5 is quite a bit actually. Well, even though, guys, look, it's not, it shouldn't matter really. No, it's not even that solid. The reason shouldn't be even like, oh, I might be late. No, it shouldn't be that. It should be like, you want to know the foundation. You want to know, you definitely want to understand the concept of the price action. To look at things slightly in a way that is valid, right? To basically get the foundation right. But then after that, you gotta be like walking on your own, because you just don't want anybody to be holding your hands all the way. You want to be really like building up your own personality to your trading style. 100%. Yeah, it's getting a bit more volatile. What's the news like? Obviously, it's to do with probably the news. It's not even volatile that much.
In Ukraine, those authorities who brought the country to the brink of tragedy, and this tragedy has been ongoing for 8 years now. The main reason for our was in the draft, but what was not included in the draft. If the sponsors were to attempt to make it even remotely balanced, then they would not have left out issues that need to be addressed in the context of the Ukrainian issue. Specifically, what was unaddressed was the way that the anti-constitutional coup in Ukraine, in Kiev, in February 2014, resulted in the Maidan junta seizing power and using it against the residents, shelling civilian areas with artillery pieces and multiple rocket launchers, and raining bombs on the people of Donbass. And
Yeah, I think it's still strong, Jessica. That rejection is quite normal. It's been doing that anytime it breaks. You see rejection here, big rejection, and then it starts to reclaim. As long as it's reclaiming. Now, if it starts to trade over 436, is good for anybody who's long on others. This 436 area, this zone here, is the one to watch. At the moment, it feels like it wants to break and hold it, which is great for somebody holding AMD, for example. Look, AMD has hit that 124, right? So we were talking earlier about, AMD's, even 123, I was mentioning, look, this could easily run towards 125. Don't be surprised if it does that, though, because AMD, the way the daily is, and when it starts to move, it moves. It's almost reached that point, We're looking at 124, 2030s highs. So, but overall, you have to look at overall price action at the moment in SPY. It's strong. It's it had a decent pullback to 435, and as long as that 435 holds, it is still in an uptrend, right? In a medium uptrend, in an intraday wise. Even if that breaks, still we have to remember that 434 could end up being the VWAP area and it still holds. That's probably more like a longer trend, intraday uptrend. So it is still strong. You just cannot fight just like stepping in front of a running train or something. That's what they say. Is that what? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's the whole thing, Solid. Look, you've seen me do it over and over and over. Like I might be down 3 trades in a row, but my trades are very, very tight. Like Lucid, for example. This trade is like nothing, and it did give me 40 cents. I didn't take that, and I ended up being getting out on break even. But these small little things, but when I have a trade, though, that's like 3-4 trades covered. You know what I mean? It's a great position to be in if you can do that. You just have to be like a hunter. You just have to wait for that right opportunity, and when it comes, you just have to be ready. Just ready mentally and also financially. But I'm joking about the financial thing, okay? Don't worry about that. That's just being silly. But what I mean is that mentally you have to be ready to take advantage of that. Yeah. Yeah, that seems like it. Definitely. That's more viable. Picking pennies. I think everybody is, Jessica. At this point, everybody is ready to earn money, but you just got to be in that right state of mind to profit. I would say profit from certain scenarios. SPY is looking decent, hence AMD is going to look decent. Lucid is going to be all right. NVDA, all that. Again, guys, just remember SPY has run from 432s to 3650s quite a bit. I mean, if it does go up to 437s and 437.50s with a gap fill, then I would be extremely careful taking longs. You got to look at the probabilities, guys. Even at this point, taking longs, how much is it going to give you, right? There will be there will be days where it's going to run maybe over the gap fill, 439, 440 maybe, if there's a good news that comes up. But what is the probability of that happening, right? So at this point, I would rather have been in a trade already. And if I am, then looking at the SPY is going to give me confidence to hold. Like, for example, Solid is holding AMD, right? We're talking about this. 124.50 is coming up now. By the way he said it earlier, I think he might have gotten out. He said AMD covered my whole losers on MU. But this is why you keep. Oh, awesome. Yeah, diamond hands, man. 3-4 left. If it's 3 quarters left, then I would take some out now. Keep it at least 50%. I would do that. I wouldn't keep 3 quarters at this point. 100% I would have been out. Maybe even more than 50%, actually. 124.50s. And then most of it will be out at 125. Yeah, but you can't really. ATR is difficult. You can't really rely on the ATR always. But Solid. Still have $3 to run. I hope that's the case. But yeah, just bank in, man. Bank in. Don't let things turn sour. At the moment, it's not doing anything that's gonna make you like feel like it's not working out. The trade is not working out, or like it's a reversal. It's just nice and stable move up. No worries, Jessica. Have a good one. Get your rest. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully a little bit earlier. Hopefully we'll have some decent opportunities tomorrow. And also I was a bit today careful. Monday I'm always careful. So take it easy, Jessica. See ya. Yeah, I believe so. I think it's 4 p.m. here in the UK, so around where she is, about from UK, I think 5 hours, 6 hour difference. So, or even more, I think. Maybe even more. I might be wrong on that. Maybe 7, 8 hours difference. I'm not too sure. Yeah. Looks really decent. Let's have a look at that. To be honest, it's relatively weak compared to others. So if I was to take short, it's probably going to be this one under 297. So I'll be extremely careful longing this because overhead resistance on this one is quite high. So yeah, short opportunities will start to work more, much quicker on this one, I think. As you can see, daily level, it's got to take out these really high 297, 298s, and then even then you've got like really strong levels at 300, 299s. Yeah, so yeah, rejection. AFRM is a bit interesting. Just don't like the daily, but daily is still there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, it's already late. I was looking for a short on this. Oh shit. Yeah, it's late now. Yeah, that's the only thing I saw on this scanner. AFRM, just over 42, and then obviously this the target is 41. Very simple trade. Yeah, it's still holding, but I think I expect SPY to be coming in for a retracement now, as it's starting to slow down a bit. Still, it's still early to call. Yeah, as you can see, SPY is getting a bit of a more retracement coming in now, which I was expecting anyways. The way it's showing is slowing down at the moment. So yeah, AFRM seems interesting even now. Wow, Lucid really went for it, huh? We're talking from 26 to 28, 60s. No, no, it's too late. It's a bit, you're actually buying really at the highs. It's not. I don't normally do that, but if anything, at the moment I'll be looking for a bigger retracement, even possible shorts. Believe it or not. That's just the way I am. I wouldn't be looking at longs anytime soon, unless here's the thing: if it does in the next 2 hours or so, pulls back a little bit bigger, and it's just tries to go for it again. So you took a trade on 27 27s. 27 27s. Yeah, beautiful. Oasis, beautiful area. I was mentioning that 27 break. I would say a really nice one on the break of this recent high. Very beautiful. 27 27s, yeah. If that's your entry, nice entry. On Lucid, I would be careful in holding too much. Holding something is good. A runner is all right, but from 27.20s to 28.40s for Lucid, that's over $1. You gotta take most of it out. If I was you, I would take most of it out. But having said that, Lucid is Lucid is a cheap price stock at the moment, and earnings is coming up. You might want to think about swinging things if as long as that VWAP holds. Yeah, that's really good place. 28s, under 28s, yeah, perfect. And then 28.50s, even better, right there. Big level, massive level. I would have done that. Yeah, perfect, beautiful trade, Oasis. Couldn't have done it better myself, to be honest. Beautiful. You see the way SPY is just hanging around. This basically is like heaviness. This is like solid. Be careful. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Anytime. I'm glad. I feel really happy when Solid starts showing these really decent trades. And and I can see that people are. It's amazing in our Discord or anywhere. Like we don't even provide like how much we made. You see how I brainwashed you guys. You might not realize this. That's a big thing, guys. Not like holding off to not sharing like your numbers when you have really good days is and also thinking in terms of hours instead of dollar amounts is a big thing. But once you're in that, it's all about environment, isn't it? SPY is still strong though. AMD, as I was mentioning, it's gonna have a bit of a bigger pullback. Now, don't get me wrong. If it starts to hold here, it's still a healthy pullback, and it needed that. AMD needed that. So don't be discouraged if it starts to like now 123.50 area right here is a big level, I think, and also just keep an eye on the SPY. SPY is still attacking the highs. What you don't want to do is you don't want SPY to be trending under the 20 EMA, under 436, and starts to really sort of stay under it for like 5-10 minutes. The more it stays here, the worse it's going to get, because it looks like a curling action to the downside. But right now, it's still holding. Just remember, it's still holding. That 436 is still holding. So anything you guys are in will be a this decision making point anytime soon when SPY starts to take out this low here, or it starts to take out the highs. Personally, I think at the moment, unless some news comes up or something good for SPY, even if it takes the highs out, it's probably not going to go that far. Yeah, but it's taking out right now. You see, it's taking out right now. So that means your AMD is going to start to bounce for sure. And what is our 437? So this is this second round. So 437s and 437.50s. That's where you want to be looking at. MU, I didn't see anything. That's why earlier I mentioned, I don't like the daily on MU. Just remember, daily is very important. And look at the volume. Just to recap on what recently I put out on the website is, look at the volume. It's just, it's not there, and it's in the middle of nowhere. There's far better options. If you wanted to take bigger names, you could have traded definitely like you did AMD. Could have been NVDA was a much cleaner move today, as I was mentioning right at the open, guys. AMD right here, although it did, chop around a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, only put MU back when it starts to actually pick up. And you know what I mean by that. When it starts to be in play. There goes your AMD. It's 124. So that's still looking good. Definitely looking good. This was definitely a healthy pullback, which we were expecting. So was this. Ooh. The thing that we missed or we didn't pay attention to was the EVs. Look at that thing. That was the most cleanest I've seen Tesla do for a while. So that means we have this on Neo. That also means Lucid we were looking at anyway, so yeah. Lucid is also part of it anyway, so. Right, guys, so I think I'm just gonna leave you guys with your trades. You know what to do, guys. I don't have to. Just SPY looks quite strong. If I was holding this, I'll have a runner, especially on Lucid, even AMD. To be honest, if I can afford to risk below VWAP, I will. It's still early to call it for a swing, but definitely Lucid is the potential. It's got potential, definitely. If you can afford to leave a runner, let's say 10-15% or even 20% under your original entry, and then just leave it for like, as long as it stays over 27s, I myself would leave it alone and just swing this thing for the next week or so. Because just remember, if things get better on the in the Eastern Europe, then it's gonna start to really take out that 30, and then once it does, it's gonna go for another round, a really decent round. So I think it's still, in my opinion, Lucid is quite reasonable, cheap price to get in, even now. For swings, not for day trades. Day trades is out of the question for longs at the moment. So looking really decent. That's pretty much what I would have done. Anyways, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Any questions before I leave? Other than that, okay, looks like everybody is set. All right, solid. Take it easy, mate. Nice trading, good trading, nice control. And I'll see you tomorrow around 9 a.m. EST, guys. Take it easy. Stay safe. Cheers, guys.